Hi dear students, welcome to Source Science class. In today's class, we will be continuing the 8th lesson in Source Science, that is the magical universe. The previous class we have studied about planets, sun and the stars, and we have studied a few celestial objects such as asteroids, comets and meteoroids. And today's class we will be studying about the origin, how the sun was formed, the formation of sun, and we will be studying about the origin of our unique planet Earth. First we will be studying about origin of sun, how the sun was formed. There are different types of theories and opinion about the origin of the sun, and many scientists believe that around 4.6 million years ago there was a big cloud of dust and gas began to collect together due to gravity. What happened? So in the beginning of the sun, the formation of the sun, there was a huge cloud which is made of dust and the gas, and they began to collect more amount of gases due to gravity. What do you mean by gravity? It is a pulling force, right? Gravity is a pulling force that attracts everything towards its center. So due to gravity, a more amount of gases and dust particles settle at the center of the sun. The gases that settle at the center became hot with all other gases piling up on the top of them. So the hot gases like hydrogen, helium, carbon, right? These types of hot gases settled at the center of this cloud one by one. And what happened later? The temperature, due to the presence of the hot gases, the temperature started to increase day by day. Slowly the temperature kept increasing with the rising heat, and this eventually formed the sun, and this is how the sun formed. Okay, this is one of the major opinion about the formation about the sun. The burning gases create a lot of heat and light. This heat makes the sun extremely hot. As I told you, now the presence of hot gases, okay, produces extreme hot climate in the sun. So as you know, it is unimaginable. It is not possible to imagine a life without sun, because sun gives life to our planet Earth. The sun plays a very important role in our lives. It gives us heat and light. Plants make food with the help of sunlight, right? We have studied about the photosynthesis. You might have studied about photosynthesis in the science class. So the plants make food from the light which is produced by the sun, right? The plants converting the light energy into chemical energy, right? So the sun plays a very important role in our lives. Okay, now we're going to study about Earth, our blue planet. The Earth is known as blue planet since the more than half of its surface is covered by water. As you know, around 73% of Earth is covered by water, and that's why the Earth is known as a blue planet. Scientific studies suggest that initially the Earth was a ball of burning gases, initially as like sun. So initially the Earth also was a ball of burning gases and dust. These burning gases kept spinning and gradually cooled down after millions of years. So what happened? These hot gases and the dust started to spin around the Earth, and later these hot gases and the dust cooled down, and they made very solid layers of land. And this is how the land formed on Earth. So this is a theory. Okay, initially there were hot gases and which was spinning around the Earth, and later after millions of years ago they cooled down and settled, and they transformed into what? They transformed into hard layers of land, and the inside of the Earth is still very hot. As you know, the inside of the Earth is very hot. Now we can study the layers of Earth. The Earth is made up of 3 layers. As you see in the image, the Earth is having mainly 3 layers: crust, the outer part, crust, and just below the crust there is mantle and core. The core is again divided into 2 types outer core and inner core. So these are the two divisions of core: crust, mantle, core, outer core and inner core. The outer solid layer is called the crust. This outer solid layer is called what? Crust, and it is made of rock and soil. The outer part of the earth is made of rocks and soil, and this part is called what? Crust. At the middle layer, just below the crust, we can see the mantle. The middle layer which lies below the crust is called mantle. Just below the crust we can see the mantle. It is so hot that the rocks melt to form a thick liquid. So mantle contains what? The thick, the liquid form of rock. It is also called molten magma. So the crust is made up of soil and hard rocks, and mantle is made up of liquid form of rocks called molten magma. And now just below the mantle we can see crust, the outer core and the inner core. Below the mantle and at the center of the earth is the core. The innermost part of the core is solid and its outer part is made up of molten liquid. So the inner core and the outer core is made up of a whole liquid form of rocks, and inner core is made up of very solid rocks. And that's about the layers of earth. And in today's class we have studied about the origin, about the formation of the sun and the planet earth, and we have studied about the layers of earth. So these are the notes for the day. The first two questions are the continuation of the previous class, so you have to write down these notes in notebook. And fifth question, what are the three layers of the earth? Crust, mantle and the core. So you have to write down these three questions in your notebook and study it. And along as I suggest you to read the textbook minimum 3 to 4 times and get signature from your parent. We'll be seeing you next class. Thank you.